And he didn't.
Right.
And Jerry came to me and said, I want Memphis out. We need to work together. And I said, you know what, that was already my decision going into this, before I went and had a house. So Jerry, I'm going to respect Jerry for not taking the 10 grand or the trip either.
Here's what Jerry didn't take the trip, he didn't take the 10 grand, and he didn't use it. I mean, there's not much more you could ask that.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, Jerry, I'm going to respect your way. Exactly his speech was, I'm respecting the head of household. She made the decisions. I'm respecting her. Right then, I got the utmost respect for Jerry. I pulled him aside and said, Jerry, what are you feeling right now? He's like, I would hope that you would respect my wishes on getting Memphis out. Okay, that was my decision from the get-go. I respect Jerry for wanting power veto, not being selfish by any means. Still working for the 7. We both are working for the 7. We're doing everything we can to keep the 7 intact.
Right.
But yeah, I know it's paranoia now that you say that. But it does suck when you're in this position. And I'm up here crying to Ollie or whoever it is because I have 2 of my alliance members coming and trying to strong-arm me because they feel threatened by somebody else.
Like, there were no threats, were there?
No, but what they were saying is that it's not fair if I vote Memphis out because that's only 1 versus 2 people after them. Jesse and Michelle. Versus Memphis.
Okay. Opposed to
just
Memphis.
And I said, well, that's not my problem. I don't have... The only agreement I have right now is with Michelle. Besides my 7.
Right.
That's it. I still have never promised Jesse anything. I've never went to Jesse and said, if you don't vote for me next week, I won't put you out. Never once have I made that agreement with Jesse.
Oh, and you're talking about your initial agreement with Michelle?
That's the only thing.
Yeah, right, in the competition, the HOH.
And so, that was my agreement. And I said, and I was like, well, Jesse can still come after me next week. Right. But I don't know that for sure. Jesse and I haven't even talked yet since everything. But
I would see that as you and Jesse, I would make that clear whenever you meet with everyone that nothing's been established because that would be the only thing that would cause people to break from the 7. You know what I mean?
Do you hear a lot of that right now?
No, but that makes sense. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But and I didn't. But I was telling Ollie, I said, when I was up there.
But it doesn't matter if you didn't, because even as a HOH, as long as it's, is that really out of your realm to do that? I don't know.
Right.
It's not like you're saying, don't put me up and put up Dan and Alec.
And it's not fair that Keisha did it last week with Jesse. She went and made an agreement with Jesse. Even though she put him up, she still said, next week, if you and head of household, you can't put me up. She made it with every single person in the house. But yet I can't do it on my head of household, and yet I haven't. But I can't do it, but she can.
But I know, and I can see you're getting fired up, but I would definitely address that when everyone, because we have not met in at least 2 or 3 days.
Right.
So I definitely would
I say we should meet tonight. Then.
Whatever everyone has concerns of, I'd get that out in the open, and if it leads to yelling and screaming, then so be it.
Get it out of the way.
But I just wanted to see where you are coming from, and I know that, obviously, you're down there a lot more than I am, or even Ollie is at this point, and, and you would never have to tell us anything anyway.
No, but I mean,
make sure that.
Libra, please put on your microphone.
No, no, but I can't exactly relate, but I could see why you'd be paranoid.
The way I want it to go, and I'm like. Why is it all of a sudden me when I'm still doing the best for the 7?
No, I know, and the thing that you might not want to hear, but you might have to take in consideration, if it's a majority of the 7 that are coming this way, although it's not their call, you know what I mean? It's like, do you keep the group happy?
Absolutely not. I'm playing this game for me.
I know. Then that's...
And Memphis is coming after me. I didn't hang up there to protect Libra and Keisha.
Right.
I didn't do that.
Right.
I hung up there to protect myself.
Right.
And so I'm like, if they really wanted it that bad, they could have stayed up there for 3 hours. I didn't tell them not to.
Then where do you see the majority falling right now with this vote? Like, say if it was up to the group. Under my impression, I thought I didn't even know there was any dissension. At this
and they
point.
still might not be. It still might be an 8-0, or I don't know how it's going to go, or it still might be a majority vote. But they are close to Memphis. I'm not.
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy hanging out with him.
Oh, it's nothing that's even.
And he does too.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy hanging out with him.
But it's like I don't. Memphis has never once came up to me and said, "Hey, let's make a deal. If you don't put me out of the house, I'm not going to put you up." So I know he's still coming after me. He's never once came up and talked to me. So and he's probably a man of his word, and that's probably why he's not coming up and saying anything to me.
Yeah, See, I don't know. The thing with him is I don't know if he's the type of person, because he told me he wasn't going to campaign directly against Jesse. You know, so I don't know if that would be, you know, what he considers, you know.
Yeah.
Just like when I was up, I wanted to stay really bad, but I wasn't going to put Steven down. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just such a difficult position right now to be in. And I haven't talked to anybody, you know. I've been really quiet.
And that's the thing that's concerned me a little bit is I haven't seen you a ton, and, you know.
Oh,
and I know it's because we talk about it, you like
right.
the private time, but I definitely think of
And I was just telling him, I was like, I'm not the type, I very much, you know, I'm a loner. I was just telling him even, you know.
I'm the same way, man.
But I feel bad, but I'm trying to be down there. You know, I'm trying to be down there and hanging out, but it is hard. You know, I just want to know where everybody's coming from, and I just thought that the S7 was so strong that, you know, if just respect that person,
well,
just
I think
respect
we
yourself.
definitely need to meet then and air any concerns that you, especially you have as HOH, because you at this point it's out of your hands. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you need to. I would definitely do that, and I would clear any air, whether you do or don't have a deal with Jesse, because that'd be the only thing I could see that would break up the 7. And even though it's not fair to you, you know what I mean? We talked about it.
Yeah, and like I said, I tell Keisha, how do you get to make an agreement? And
I know, but, you know, it's a balancing act, you know.